And we're back. So we're doing XDefiant with the Q&A, Ask a Dad. But whether you're here for support, my opinion, or you're playing a weird drinking game with how many times I'm saying, this should be it. Click allow. It's like Apex with Call of Duty mechanics or Valorant. We don't really know till we get our hands on it in a few days. Will it have Portuguese dubbing? I don't know. You would like to think. Will controllers have aim assist in casual unranked modes? Consistency across PC console? Given that, is there crossplay? P90 in the game. That little pretzel doesn't get enough love. That's a great question. How much focus will there be on movement and transversal? Will it be like Rainbow Six movement, or will it be fast paced like Hyperscape? That is really cool that somebody said Hyperscape, because I didn't know anybody still played that game. That's a great question. I mentioned in a previous video, the motion seemed like typical Ubisoft like speed. There was another video where somebody would take the motion from various Ubisoft games, and it's literally like the same walking mechanics, the same running, the same covering, the same camera angles, how you'll pan around and look as if it's literally just, I guess what they were saying was it felt like it was cut and pasted. When I checked in the comments, because who doesn't like enjoying the comments? Like, grab your popcorn, grab your beverage of choice, and just read the comments. Sometimes it's just as entertaining, if not more. That was one of the things I thought as well. I'm like, how's the movement? And I feel like Ubisoft's movement is not a little slow. I think it's just slow. Take it for whatever you want. And again, I'm not a PvP kind of person, but it's a slow movement. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just slow. And then when you play or you watch some of the other first-person shooters, whether at the e-sport level or not, it seems like they're a faster pace of what they're doing in the game. And then getting around the map, like the devs were talking at the EA Play recently, and they were talking about how they wanted mech suits, and they wanted the characters to wall run and a bunch of other stuff that would help them get through the map faster, in ways that they would jump, not from the bus, but jump out. You know how games, battle royales, have that set up. And they just thought they wanted you to be able to predict where somebody was going to be around the corner, run past this mountain or hill. They didn't want it where the person completely like was able to disappear and you weren't able to track that person. So I don't know, we'll see what the abilities are, but I think you have recon missions with 2 separate factions with the support team, so it'll be interesting. Plans for input based matchmaking. I don't know what that means. You can put in the comments, but we talked about how the beta is going to go with ping, then from ping to skill base, and then you'll matchmake that way. People talking about what if you did level thing for onboarding so you didn't get stuck that way. There was a request of a gun. M500 pistol or the BFR pistol in game. They're not in enough first person shooters. A lot of people from Valorant asking questions on if it's going to be similar to that, and a lot of esport questions in here. Will the graphics be better on new gen versus old gen, more frames per second, field of view? I'd like to think it's better on the other one if they do it that way. It seems like it's only right, give or take how it was built. We're going to see exotic and signatures, the house in Division 1, Eagle Bearer Division 2. That'll be interesting. Weapon inspections. I don't know. I know you can change the loadout every time you die for a respawn, so I don't know what they mean by that one. Maybe breaking down the weapon, like looking at it to see stats on it, maybe. Devs, if you had to choose one game that was similar to this game, what would it be? I don't know. We're all going to find out in a few days. Field of view question. Someone asked for Jack Ryan as Intel. Will there be Switch? A Switch version? Will there be a prestige prestige system when you hit max level, and weapon cameo challenges, ammo challenges. Will the questions be answered here, Discord, or YouTube? Actually, somebody from Ubisoft answered that question. They said, we'll make sure to share the responses here, tag the original person who posted it. Also, not all the questions will have definite answers. Hopefully, many of these are just a conversation for you and the rest of the community to help guide the directions that they may take. See, exactly. That's what we're doing. We're having this conversation, talk about it in the comments, keep it open. Maybe a dev or a content creator sees it and get an answer. Will skins affect abilities? If I have a jungle themed skin, will my shield look different? I feel like I don't know why that would change the look. And if it did affect the abilities, it would have to be only cosmetic, because then you would miss out on a skin or didn't buy a skin and lose an edge. If everyone's like, man, the jungle shield is OP on a certain level because it blends in perfectly. Did you buy it? No. I missed it. I was on vacation with my family. My wife told me don't touch my phone. I'm not venting here. Are you gonna do a battle pass? How would the network work? Dedicated servers, peer-to-peer, anti-cheat, combat-based, challenge-based, matchmaking, or skill-based, faster motion. Some people were saying they're a bit worried after watching because the motion was slow. Customization on weapon and skins. Those tests, is it streamable? No, we already answered that. Are there going to be customizable sites? I don't know, we'll find out. Given that there's tanks and healers in the class, how much emphasis will there be on team tactics and abilities? Obviously gunplay comes first, but can we expect strong team coordination, proper use of abilities just as effective? That's a great question, because I really want to play Battlefield, because I feel like Battlefield is a team game, but it's all chaotic in a beautiful way, especially if it plays smoothly. But I think if you're able to talk to people as a team or group up, whether you're in the air or doing something, I think you'll add a tactical part to the game. But as far as talking about this game, it goes in for Valorant. I've watched some people not talk at all, even with Apex Legends or even Call of Duty, and they play well. They're good at what they do. And then I've seen some people where they know each other's moves and everyone has a role and their loadout is set up. So I think this game has the opportunity for the team play. I hope it does, because I enjoy team play. And when I was playing Division 1, I felt like Division 1 had more team play, especially when you're doing like signal loss missions and stuff. But then when you got to Division 2, you really didn't need that. I mean, you were just talking to conversate with people and you kind of just did your own thing. Like, it was nice to have a healer and a tank and DPS or a sniper or whatever the case is, but if you didn't communicate with them or didn't have a plan, you weren't affected by it, in my opinion. Do you think there's a possibility this game is when it's fully released, there will be an esport scene for it? I think so. Right now, I've already seen this game release information posted on esport websites already, so it's on radars. It's just the game must perform. Are the maps only coming from the Division, or be maps of other universes in the future, like the house map in Rainbow Six? Yes, I believe so. They've already said they're going to be different maps and different stuff. And because it's from the actual game, and again, devs work hard, so it's not something lazy or easy to take a map and add to it. They've got to tell a story through it, like you've seen in the reveal of the 2 maps from the Division 1 and 2, and they'll be able to add in more. They're going to have arena, close base, and they're going to have some linear maps, but they'll add in maps, I'm sure of it. Will it be skill-based matchmaking in every mode like Call of Duty? I think we already talked about that. Battle Pass system, any chance modeled after Halo Infinity model where they don't expire? That's a really good question. So if you didn't know, there's games like I'll give you an example. Destiny 2, which I'm playing now. I'm new, so I'm enjoying it. Nothing's redundant because it's all new to me. All the expansions, everything I'm playing is brand new. But if there's things that went through the seasons that passed, you lose those items, right? You can't get them back. You can do certain missions that have been locked away and get re-released, but those items are gone. You missed out on them. It is what it is. If you participated in it and you got them when the season started again, so let's say a new expansion comes out, the Panthers Den, whatever you picked up in the previous expansion, you lose that. That no longer exists. Now, what Halo Infinity showed is you'll have an opportunity to keep those things and get those things later down the road in the event you're still playing them, which is a reward to the consumer. I mean, it's you're valuing that person's time. They play the game, they unlocked whatever from the battle pass, whatever the case is, and you're not storing it away. So I like that. Will there be different move speed based on weapons, running faster with a pistol, LMG? That should be interesting. But I believe, I mean, when you're playing Division, I think the same thing happens. And then they were like, does it change anything as well when you're sliding with said animations? But I don't think that happens when you're playing in, what's it called? Division 2? No, Destiny 2. When you're sliding, I feel like the animation's the same when you're jumping, warlock hopping to your death. Will there be a nightmare map, different climates, snow, rain? Will every map tie into a source for the franchise location? So I'll just break this down. I hope there's nighttime. I think that'll be cool. Next gen, nighttime, the gunfights you would have, snow, rain. How can you have Division maps without snow, active snow and rain? Will every map tie into a source scenario? Will there be original maps as well? I believe there'll be original, revisited, and some new ones. But I think off rip, I think I'm fine with stuff that's pulled from other sources. Again, the gameplay is everything. The arena, if it's set up, is everything. It could literally be empty walls with ramps and stuff. If the gameplay is good, no one's going to care what it looks like. Someone was asking if there's going to be announcers, like announcers for each faction, or the team, or a universal announcer, or maybe no announcer. I don't know. It's a pretty good question, but I think it goes with the idea of the type of game. If the game is similar, like, you know, like when you play Knockout City, you have that announcer like, well, someone's gonna get hit with a ball today. They're gonna get hit in their face. Let's start. That goes into the style of the game because that's just what it is. So if it makes sense for it to be into it, go for it. Will there be a crossover from other UB games like Watch Dogs? I believe so. I believe some of the art you saw in the loading before the reveal was Watch Dogs, was one of them. How would the test work? We don't know. If it's like other play tests I've done, then you're probably going to get a code on the screen. So don't reveal your stuff because they'll know who did what. There'll be some stuff that's kind of closed up and worded differently that'll change. Reminder, that's not the final product. Don't show it off. Don't show any pictures of it. You can talk about it. The test will last as long as it's going to last, and they might roll out different waves of testing different stuff, balancing things of that nature. Will it run on Windows 11? I heard the Windows sound when I read that. Since I have the preview version of Windows 11 installed on my system, I hope so. I hope everybody's able to use it regardless what it is. I've got Windows 10. Clearly, if you've seen all my videos since day one, I still have the active window watermark because I didn't pay for this. Maybe if I hit 1,000 subscribers, maybe I'll buy Windows 10, which I don't think so, because isn't Windows free? Maybe I gotta look into that. One of the mods did jump in and say, can you elaborate on your question? But you'll find it in the FAQ section. So chances are the question about how the test would work, I think I've already gone over that. Wanted to know if you can one tap headshot with assault rifle and all similar to Valorant. We won't know till we play. All right. Well, we did it. We got to the end. Chances are, if you got to the end, I'm looking at it now, this was 2 hours and 30 minutes. My goodness. 2 hours and 30 minutes of me going over the beta process, I guess, and how that was going to work. After that, we went ahead and we talked about Ask a Dev, and it kind of became Ask a Dad, or what would Dad say? I don't know. That's not a segment, but read the questions, gave my opinion on it, based off the information I knew, and just some of it would just like how would I feel and which direction I would like to go, just to have the conversation go somewhere else other than on Discord. So maybe you can have the conversation. I will plan, if you're hearing this now, chances are the videos for sure were broken up into like a series that was released. I don't have a time or how that works, but chances are that's going to happen. It's going to get chopped up. Now, you could have been here anywhere in the world and you're here. I greatly appreciate that. We have 300 plus subscribers. Thank you very much for this brand new channel. I greatly appreciate. You can catch me on, like butchering words in general, but you can catch me on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube streaming. Whenever I can get the chance to stream, you'll catch me making videos on everything from The Division to games that grab my attention, like New World or Marvel's Avengers, and just the list goes on and on. You can also catch me doing kind of like podcast stuff for Gamer Loop Network. I'll give you more information on that at a later date, but anywho, until next time, Kalika Lika Loud.